looking at the world, but I'm not looking at you. Oh, I wear my googly glasses in the Philippines at night, spinning like a cyclone in the jolly bee light. One eye's on my lady and one's on you. Oh, I wear my googly glasses in the Philippines at night, because I can, so I can see you and the crap you do. Don't trust you, don't trust you. Shake my hand once, watch the pupils do a dance. Don't trust you, don't trust you. Shake my head once, watch the pupils do a dance. I stepped into a sorry store, asked for something cold. The lady behind the wire saw my vision unfold. Don't trust this one, either skin tax is coming soon. They rattle in their sockets like a pair of dice in hell. I can see the future, and it's a San Miguel. The humidity is fogging up, googly glasses fool. I haven't seen my own toes in over 7 years. Oh, I wear my googly glasses in the Philippines at night.
Don't think I won't punch you. I'm having a bad hair day. And why is the whole table? Stop touching the table, you fool. I'm telling you. Look at me turning to a zombie, man.
What?
Okay. Good morning,
Good morning, guys.
guys.
Magandang umaga. Masanting hawak mo yung buntag.
George worked really hard on that googly. It was supposed to be a rendition to I wear my sunglasses at night, but
Right?
hey, look, I just got one going. Happy Christmas Eve, Magadan Umaga, Maya Pasco, Poliskio, Politi Scritti, and may all the Scritti and Politi and tinsel be on your tree for Christmas. Bite me, Bongo,
Right.
or Bongi, or Bongo.
Didn't you guys miss those silver Christmas trees? Just saying.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'm telling you, in our neighborhood, in our complex and stuff, most people had real trees. I didn't see, actually, if somebody had one of those silver fake ones or something, you could get the fake trees back then in the 70s and 80s, but for the most part, if they had one of those silver ones, some of those cost
Well,
some money.
my aunt had a silver Christmas tree, which is not common in the Philippines back then, but she had one of those rotating discs with the different colors in the spotlight.
Yeah, but you
So
guys
it
are in Asia.
changes-
You're ahead of the game.
So it changes the color of the tree. I mean, back then that was the bomb.
Ah. Well, we have more glasses. Laura says she loves the glasses. Ted, good morning.
Hey, MB.
How are you
How
feeling?
you doing?
Here's the thing. We were going to do live Monday and we weren't going to discuss, but the last 72 hours, probably what, Sunday, Monday, and yesterday, I was extremely sick. And literally was down in the bed, and George had to take on all the chores and everything. So um, I voted against going to the emergency room once again, but just everything dropped out. It was new medications for the congestive heart failure, and it was a combination of them that was added that just wiped me out. And then I ended up with total low oxygen, and I just decided to do breathing treatments all day yesterday. Got my electrolytes back in me, and here I am. So looking whiter than ever. George goes, "Man, you look like you're glowing." I said, "I probably do. It's not a lighting thing." So, but I'm happy because I thought for sure I was going to be down for Christmas, so I just stayed in bed. So, I mean, I made some comments online, I think, but yeah. So it's been a busy few days, a touch and go thing. And I told George today, I was like, "Oh, my back hurts," and I said something about my knees and some of my regular pain. Yeah, I said, but that I'll take that over anything. So, but yeah, we're going to be getting more. We have other matching glasses and stuff that we're supposed to be getting. One stuck. Hey, wait a minute. Mine's stuck. There it goes. There.
Here, let me unstuck it for you.
Go ahead, motherfucker. Test your Christmas. Go ahead. Go ahead. Test it. Test the food you're going to eat
Right?
and what you're going to drink and see what your gifts look like in the morning.
I don't want to test my pug spaghetti.
You're not getting pug spaghetti. This house can't have no more red sauce. So sorry, son. You ain't getting no pug spaghetti. You're going to get boiled chicken, and that's it.
Hey, I had that the other day.
It's going to be extremely loud week because we go from Christmas Eve. They've been already setting off fireworks, testing them out on the little kids.
Oh,
I mean, chickens. I mean,
so guys, we have a special for you today. Today is the day that Heidi will eat durian on the live show.
mm,
Right, babe?
let me mute this. I got something to say. Yeah, no. I don't think so. Double no. That's a double no. Got the durian candy. Thank you, neighbors.
I'm gonna go get some balut for you then. Yeah. So anyway,
Dirty motherfucker.
so today we'll be talking about the Philippines. What's the Philippines?
It's like what Drake say. How's that song go about all up in his feelings? TT, do you love me? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Never lighting, and she's 16. And I got in trouble when I gave her a beer, and I laid her down in the backseat. Oh, what Philippines? What?
That's not him.
It is Drake that does that song, yes, but that's not how the song goes.
Yeah, I know that, but that's what I'm saying. That's not him.
That's not how the song goes.
I
That
know.
is his song.
I know that.
Okay, so anyways, today we're going to discuss Philippines. So either I'm going to give you all my feelings today, how I feel about George, how I feel about this country, how people feel about the Philippines. I've got my opinion about why people come here. I think the biggest reason it's a soft landing for Asia. I think people really feel for the Filipinos. I think a lot of them come here thinking they're going to rescue everybody. It's a to me it's a big charity thing because the amount of charity I've never seen it like anywhere like going on now. Like they're just handing out food and gifts to anybody walking around. And it's a great thing. It's really nice to see the how people I think there's a lot of save a hoe crap, like when they start dating these women or save a girl and they feel sorry for them, they buy them these houses, they do all this shit. Not everybody, but what I'm saying is, I think these guys get caught up in their feelings. I think when people come here on tourism or blogism, when they come here doing a tour vlogism shit, and they come in here, they get caught in their feelings and stuff because the reality is, if you live here long term, this shit sinks in. What do you think fucking happened to me? I used to have color when I arrived, and I'm in the Philippines. It just drained the life out of me. Look at me. No, that's not what happened. Look at you. What happened to you? So, anyways, so that's what's going on. Is we're going to talk about our feelings today. George is going to open up and talk about feelings. Nothing but some feelings. Walking across the street to pick up some chicken. Feelings. Whoa, 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 feelings. I'd be really surprised if you'd open up about that today.
What?
How do you feel today, George? How do you feel about the Philippines?
What about it?
How do you feel tourism is going right now? That's the biggest thing. There isn't. I'll get to that. How do you think the tourism is going here?
Well, in all fairness, I think tourism is down all over the world.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I mean, I get that the tourism in the Philippines is down, yes, but have you guys looked at the demographics of the entire world? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, we were talking about this article and we said the same. The things they talk about the Philippines, you could probably stick on a lot of these other Asian countries or some other countries, but I will agree that the biggest thing that I can agree with is the Philippines is overpriced. I think the Filipinos at these shops, the markets, everywhere is really overcharging, and they're not doing it to the expats. That's only a couple percent of what's going on in this country right now. On a daily basis, it's Filipinos paying these prices. And we said that it's the tourist and the expats living here that has drove up some of the prices, but that can't be either because it's a very small percentage of who's here. It's not like half the people coming in here is tourists, so let's raise the prices. I think the prices, and I don't think it's inflation.
yes, it is. It's called artificial inflation.
Oh, I agree on the artificial.
No, what it is, it's okay. What's artificial inflation? Artificial inflation is when you charge where you're overcharging what it's supposed to be. That's called artificial inflation. So yes, it is still a form of inflation. However, this is one of the things that we say in this channel. Like, and again, there's a lot of expats that hate on. Oh, if you can't afford to give this tip, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. It doesn't affect anybody else. Actually, it does because it promotes artificial inflation. And artificial inflation is when people pad the bills because you're that type of person just throw away money. If say Heidi, you know, let's say every grab order we get, she gives 500 pesos. Again, this is an example. Let's say for every grab driver that delivers us food, she gives them 500 pesos. That ruins it for everybody else, from the Filipinos to the expats, because now she raised the bar to give the tip of 500. But now as a business model, that may give, say, Grab, let's say, if Grab says, wait a minute, if all the expats are giving away 500 pesos,
Let's raise the,
then
and they
let's
have
raise
a
the
lot of
prices.
things have been
That's called
raising.
artificial inflation. You're raising the price because of a perceived price
Well,
point.
what's the
Correct.
other one they call, like in America, where the same bag of chips, of course, just one state over, they're charging way less, and
Correct.
they're saying per city it changes,
Well,
and
that's
that's
that's the
really,
cola though. That's the cola.
well, there's another name. They did say
Right,
when
right,
that
right. No,
was
but what
here.
I'm saying is that's actual the I forget what they call real inflation is, but that's what that is.
1 second, guys. All right.
So yeah, so that's what I mean. And again, it doesn't matter what I say or Heidi says. The reality is your actions as a foreigner in any country eventually will get back to, it'll affect it in a roundabout way. That's the way, full circle, as they say.
Okay, so we have a problem with someone in the room right now. So, and go ahead before I say something.
What's that?
So, anyways, just want to let you guys know for future use, and we won't hesitate. It seems that we block a lot of people, but we don't. So, if you come up here calling somebody names, if you guys come in here and flat out say, hey, Heidi went to jail in 97 over bad checks. I kind of don't give a shit about that, which isn't what's going on right now. But when you go doxing, you get blocked. When you come in calling other people names, you guys get blocked. Did I say you get doxed? You get blocked. Guys, I've had some serious medical conditions that have caused a lot of memory issues. So forgive me if I'm out of whack here. So, but if you come up in our room and you advertise your channel outright, straight out, flat out, and announce who you are and you've got a channel and all that, that's not we're not about that. We are not those live streams that'll say, "Hey, I'm freeing up for there's a view and a comment or something." Because we don't make that type of money. We never crawled on
Well, it
anybody's
doesn't matter
back.
whether you do or not.
Well, the
It's
whole point
irrelevant.
is it's
The
not
whole point
good
is
YouTube etiquette at all,
correct.
and you
This
don't get a
is
second chance because you already
this
came
is
up
YouTube etiquette. Nothing to do with us.
and
This
you
is YouTube
already
etiquette. This
came
is
up in our comment section and we left that,
YouTube
so you did it
classifies
again.
this as spamming, and this is not from me. I didn't come up with this definition. According to YouTube rules, this is classified as spamming,
Correct. So
and which is against YouTube policy, by the way. But anyway,
which we're not petty and we're not going to report both the comment and that and other things. I know it. I sorry, I'm just not in that mood today. So unfortunately, we don't mind you being in the room when it's full participation, but when your first comment comes up that, hey, here's my YouTube channel, I've got this and that going on, you're advertising. That's beyond blatant. We've never, when we watch Sunshine Shoulders, we participate fully in his channel. We never come up and say, hey, we're Philippine Antics, and hey, we
no,
did
we
this
never ever
commercial.
do that.
We did this
But
advertisement, and we left your comment. But now you come up here putting your live streams talking about, hey, I got this going on. You don't do that. And don't say you didn't know it. You evidently are a YouTuber now, and evidently you should know it's not right. You're advertising.
no,
You
again,
didn't
this
come in and
is
make a comment about the live stream. You came in and talked
this
about
is
your
YouTube
channel.
etiquette, and here's the problem.
So sit your
There's a
doomageddon
lot
ass
of
somewhere
there's a
down, bitch.
lot. Well, okay.
Sorry, I just cut right
There's
to
a
the
lot of
chase.
YouTubers out there. I don't care who
Whoa.
they are or what they are, because I know who these people are. Don't listen to them when they say, "Oh, this is what I do. This is what I do. You should do this." Dude, that's
Here's the funny
against
thing.
YouTube policy.
The person said thank you for they tried to grease the wheel by saying they've been watching us, but your name never came up. I haven't seen your name enough to know that you are who you are. Never heard you before. Never heard you in like our regulars, like in emails, messengers. Like we talk to a lot of our regulars. That's what matters. Even if we had 20 people in our live streams, those are the people that matters. But to advertise outright is just wrong. And the worst offender, in my opinion, I'm just going to throw him under the bus, was regular guy in the beginning. When he had under 1,000 people, he went to every room talking. He was just advertising, dropping $10 stickers. Hey, I'm this and that. But at least he participated. Like he gave the stickers to people. He gave stickers to us. He'd make comments, but I not once. He might have been an offender of advertising by doing the stickers and making himself stick out, but he still participated. That's what I'm talking about. But that was just rude, man. So that's where it is.
No, 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 no. Again, for those of you who don't understand what's going on, think about it this way. Let's say you're in a political rally, and then somebody from the opposing rally shows up and starts yelling, "Hey, I have a rally over there. Go check me out."
We had a
What do you think is
few,
going to happen? And that's what Heidi's saying, and that's what's actually going on.
which we don't.
It's
I
against
mean,
policy, YouTube policy. Again, YouTube itself. This, according to YouTube rules,
and it's
this is
not a matter
spamming.
of losing viewers. We've had big channels come in our room. That's not our problem.
Well, it's etiquette again.
It's you're a brand new channel we've
And
never
again,
heard
I don't
of.
make these etiquette up. I honestly, I didn't make this up.
Hold on.
But
So
whatever,
I was going to have you go
you don't have to listen to
through.
me. Like I said, I always say this. You guys don't have to listen to us, but you know what? Most of the stuff, whether you agree with or not, I know a lot of. I mean, uh, it doesn't matter anyway. You again, do you? But anyway, Um,
I'm verifying what we were discussing this morning. I'm just
okay,
not
so
sure
I'm gonna get
about.
rid of these because it's really hard to read. They're not really designed. They're not conducive to.
Yeah, they're kind of after a while. It's hard to. So we'll take them down. Kind of hard to take us serious after that. Yeah, I was just verifying.
Actually, it's anyway.
I was just verifying it because that doesn't look.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Good morning, Ted. Good morning, Cindy.
Ocean Breeze says was again. MB was first. Raymond in the house. Ted, of course. Thank you so much for being with us, Ted.
One sec.
All right.
Okay. Laura is in the house.
Hey, Laura, how you doing?
Raymond is in the house. Laura said she likes the glasses. Slick Rick is in the house. Good morning. Good morning. It's going to be a busy, busy day. We're going to be doing some cooking together. And then, of course, in the morning, Christmas. We're going to do a live tomorrow. So it's Christmas Eve in the Philippines. And we'll be doing the opening. You guys won't want to miss the Christmas gifts. We got a lot of gag gifts and gifts going on. Put a bunch of cat poop in a bag for George.
Black Grandpa says the Philippines is probably the most expensive nation in the region, meaning the ASEAN nations. Um, in the region to travel and
Hmm.
has the worst infrastructure, transportation, internet,
Correct.
and blackouts on regular. Not to mention the heat.
Hmm.
Okay, that now the heat on average for the most part. I said on average. The heat that's most ASEAN nations have the same heat level unless you're talking about China or Japan, the northern parts. Um, the blackouts is because again, unfortunately, the Philippines had a serious stand against anti-nuclear. It was anti-nuclear, so we don't have nuclear power plants, and therefore it's kind of like a catch 22. Since there's no nuclear power plants, there's a high coal, coal power plants, and therefore there's the air quality of the Philippines isn't that great either. But it's not as bad as China though. So it's one of those things.
Yeah, let me read you the article that we came across and then some of the comments. It says that the tourism numbers they were saying was down, but this person says they might be rising, but the economic return tells a different story. The Philippine ranks last right now in tourism among every place. The Philippine has record low returns on tourism, which I can kind of see. I think they want to see it once. They got to come see what the Ruha is. I think a lot of guys are coming for the women and hanging out, and some just do it to escape their wives. Who knows? But they're showing that Vietnam is in the lead, then Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, but the Philippines is at the bottom. And they're actually going on about, let me see if I can find the main article here. I had it earlier. Let me find it, guys.
Yeah, now this is part of the subject. Actually, Chosen One brought up a good point. Hey, Chosen One, how you
I
doing?
chosen.
Now, Chosen One says, okay, Chosen, you may or may not agree with me, and so is the room may or may not agree with what I'm about to say. Chosen One says, my Filipina asked me for money for Christmas gifts for her kids. I told her money is tight. My conscience is eating at me because Chosen One's a nice guy. I've known her for 9 years. Now here's the issue with that. First off, again, I don't know everything about Chosen One, and I don't know everything about his relationship with his Filipina. However, my assumption, keyword assumption, I assume that neither him or her are exclusive. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. However, that's my guess. And what I'm getting at, if that's a situation, the what I present to you. I'm not gonna say yes or no on a straightforward answer. Um, if the situation is neither of you are exclusive, because I'm guessing, keyword, I'm guessing, if you guys aren't exclusive, here's the thing: the moment you say yes, you can't back on it. If that makes any sense. What I'm saying is, if you give her kids a Christmas gift now, you're gonna probably have to give them a Christmas gift for as long as you know her. If that makes any sense.
Or they'll expect the birthday and
Correct.
everything will come in.
I was gonna get to that.
You give a
Yes,
Christmas
but
present, that just opened up the entire
correct.
year.
It's a floodgate. So I'm not being mean. However, be aware.
But
It's now if you're exclusive, which again I doubt. But if you are exclusive, then
it depends
it,
on what's going on. Is he hanging around her
we'll
house with
see.
the
That's what I'm
family
saying,
and
and
they've
that's
cooked
why
a
I'm.
bunch of food? I mean, where's the
I
balance?
that's
Is
what I'm
it
saying. If
because
you guys are exclusive, then I would say yeah. But to my understanding of things,
but what would you do?
logically,
You would bring it, even if
no.
it was a first or second date. You
Okay, okay,
would.
okay.
What would you do?
Babe, I give toys and candy to strangers. What are you talking about?
Right? He just hands random candy to kids all the time.
No, I do. And toys. I even told you we were at the pharmacy one time. I said I gave this toy to one of the street
We
kids.
give a lot of stuff
But
away. We
point
just
being
don't put it
is
on
what I'm saying
camera.
is you have to remember once you open that gate, you can't close it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. So here is the original article. So I started talking that one because there's been a slew of these that came out the last couple days. But this guy said his honest opinion after 11 years and make comments on this, guys. After 11 years in the Philippines, he spent about 8 of it just going around to hotels, everything. So the guy has experience. It's not like me that's been to a couple areas in a couple cities or something, and I just know part of the Philippines. This guy's gone to different areas, so he knows the expensive places, the low end ones, the non what do they call that, non tourist areas where most of the Filipinos will go. And I'm telling you right now, the biggest people that get hit, it's kind of like in America somewhat too. It is the Americans that travel mostly to these countries. It's the same here. So the main problem, he says, with the tourism is the accommodations are just overpriced and in bad shape, like really bad shape. Um, so he's talking about the price of like a motorcycle route in Vietnam from south to north. Almost everywhere you can sleep at a place between $4 and $10. Here in the Philippines, you'd be lucky to find anything under 10 US dollars. And I know when you guys, I don't like people saying, "Hey, you're an American, you can afford the $50." That's what I get tired of. Whatever a Filipino pays, I don't mind a little slightly over because your ass is broken, busted. I don't mind that you got to make your money. I get it. But when you're gouging your own people, what was I telling you on a side note about? I'm going to mention it. Like locally, right now, I can't find cucumbers and carrots for less than $2 each. That's ridiculous. The fact that it would cost me 200 pesos or $1 each item for one cucumber, I'm just like, I'm like, ah. So it says here on average, the places are running about 25 to 30. And he's talking about sitting in Puerto Galera with the resort owner, and he showed me that the rooms are about $100 a night. Inside, where's Puerto Galera? What area is that?
I thought that was by General Santos.
Yeah, I think
By
so. He
by
said at the resort, it's
Sunshine
about
Shoulders.
5,000 pesos. Inside, a lot of things were broken and old, and they don't replace them. The doors, the toilets, flushing, everything. The fittings are just worn out. He says, I told him, well, he goes, don't be offended, but who's paying 5,000 for this crap? His answer is these Filipinos come 15 at a time. They divide the price of the room. So think about it. If you bring 10 family members, they're paying $10 each. They just go because Filipinos, in my opinion, are so happy and so passive at the same time. They're okay with paying, but they do usually come in one big group. The place that we rented out, not this birthday, but the birthday before, the one before that. Remember, we paid about that. But I'm like, when we got there, I said, this is not worth $100 a night. The place was worn down. But they usually have family. Usually it's full families that come there and divide the price.
No, I get it, but here's the thing: a lot of people. Now, the issue I have with these type of statements, again, I'm not going. This has
Well,
nothing
I
to do with.
haven't finished reading it.
No, go ahead, finish
Let
it.
me read
Then
before I let him
go
go
ahead,
on
finish
this.
it.
I asked why he doesn't fix it. He says it will be broken again in 2 weeks and worn down. Why replace and fix it? He said the mindset explained a lot. If I ride from Pagu Pagupud, or he said
A
General
good put, yeah.
Santos, north to south, the trip
Yeah, see,
cost me
told you, General
30
Santos, right?
times more than it would in Vietnam and these other Asian countries. Another big problem here is the transport, period.
Okay,
If
hold
you
on, hold
get,
on. Stop. Let me
okay,
issue. Let me. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Now, yeah, like I said, Puerto Guerrero is right by John Santos, right by Sunshine Shoulders. Now, here's the thing. And a lot of people, again, I'm not defending the Philippines, but a lot of people don't realize I've been in the U.S. Okay. 3 words in the U.S. Tech, is it even Texas? However, here's the thing. Babe, 3 words. Empress Garden Inn.
Oh, you can't go there, babe. You
No, no,
can't
no, no,
count
no.
a crappy
Why not?
hotel that's
Thank you,
not
thank you.
fixed.
Heidi just said it right now, right then and there. Doesn't matter at this point. I'm not, babe. This is not against you. Point being is
The difference is I can
no,
go
no,
get
no,
a
no, no, no,
job to
no, no,
pay
no,
for
no.
that. Here,
There
you can't
is
make no
no
money.
difference. There is no difference. An
The cost,
establishment has nothing to do with the country. It
okay,
has
I'll
to
agree
do
if
with the
they,
owner.
okay, I'll agree with that
Now,
part of it. But cost versus
right.
infrastructure is what sucks here, and
Oh,
what they're
okay,
charging
okay, okay,
here.
okay. Stop,
You
stop,
can't
stop.
make the money. You can't get a
Stop,
job.
babe.
There's
Okay, I'm not. This is not an argument between you and me. It's not about opinion. This is facts.
okay. That's your
Point
facts.
being is the owner is the owner because
So then
he.
that's a lot of owners because the stores look like
Yeah. Oh,
that. They don't
yes,
do
yes.
anything.
And guess what? This will hold the world
They're
again.
run down. They're
Right.
usually
I mean, you honestly think the hotels we've seen in okay. No, that's a bad example because honestly, we went to Potosi, Mexico, and Jesus freaking Christ, there's no. Okay, actually, that's a good
most
example.
common complaint with
Actually,
expats is the
here,
cost
no,
versus
no, 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 no. Hold
infrastructure
on. Here's
versus
here's the thing.
value. It's
Actually, that
really bad
actually, I
here.
just made my point right there.
All except for my purchases on
Hold on,
Lazada.
babe, let me finish. Again, this is not against you. I've been in a lot of hotels in the U.S. Fact, because I didn't pay for it because it's part of my job. I literally traveled the U.S. Business class, whatever, and I've been to a lot of hotels. Here's the thing: I have never, even Heidi will probably attest to this. I've even been to 5-star hotels in the U.S. I've been to 5-star hotels in the U.S. And guess what? Nothing compares to that Potosi hotel in Mexico.
Oh well, yeah, that was first class there. Everything was really
Yes,
nice.
and I've been to
Everything,
5-star
service,
hotels.
and no, it does
And
depend on the
Jesus
place.
Christ, that 5-star
But
that
okay,
it's like a 3-star in Mexico.
but I would say 8 out of 10 places are like that, babe. Here, so what I'm
I
saying, it's getting to be
know
maybe a Filipino
that.
mindset. People
I'm trying to
silent
make
quitting.
no, no. Well, that's the thing I'm trying to get. It has nothing. I disagree, but point being, that's your opinion. However,
Mhm.
again, I've been in a lot of hotels. The only 5-star hotel experience I've experienced, other than an actual 5-star hotel, I've been to 2 5-star hotels, to be honest. And guess what? They don't stand up to that 3-star hotel in Potosi.
Well,
Point being is
my other thought would be is that Filipinos, a lot of them don't have the money to repair. And I know costs are going up for them. So
there you
let me
go.
mention this
Yes,
to be fair. This isn't a
that's
dig
where.
at
Okay,
Filipinos.
okay,
I'm just
okay,
joining the conversation
okay. That's where I was
and what
getting
the
at.
articles I've been and people I've been reading. And the comments are
However,
really wicked.
you guys have to remember. Here's another thing. Me and Heidi are we've traveled way before we've arrived in the Philippines.
Other
And the
countries, other
reason why I brought
parts.
this up is because when we go Airbnb, I say this is something I always say to Heidi. These pictures were taken when right after it was refurbished or right after it got
Oh, the
set
one
up.
in Orlando. Yeah, it
It
was
doesn't matter.
crazy. A lot of the hotel
Point being
pictures are
is the
years old.
photos don't never ever match when you arrive there.
Yeah, it's a different
And what
level
I'm
there.
getting at is
Yeah.
that picture that you guys see on Airbnb is the same picture that that owner perceives in their brain, and that's the price that they're charging you guys. And that's what I was getting at.
Uh,
Has
well,
nothing to
I
do.
don't think that's why they're still charging the same price. I mean, I know they're going
No,
up
that's
with the.
exactly why they're charging the same price because that's how they perceive the property. Although reality is in the back of their heads, like
I just think the value for this country is just shot. I mean, it's shot more than any country I've seen. Like Mexico seemed to have a really good balance. Groceries were dirt cheap.
Okay,
The electric was
okay,
like
okay.
$30 a month.
Okay.
And if you step outside and there's 50 bullet holes and dust and a rabbit staring you down at 3 in the morning, you're like, fuck yeah.
No.
And I went right back into my creaky cabin and shut the goddamn
Okay.
door. And I'm like, I'm good.
See, this is what I'm getting at. And that's
It was only 99 cents.
remember the perception of value. How you perceive value is up to you. Heidi just said it yourself. It, when she mentioned bullet holes, you think she's making that up? No. Honestly, again, when we were in Mexico, there's a lot of footage I did not release because honestly,
purpose, yeah.
if I release them, I even told Heidi, I said, I don't think we should release this because we might not make it out of here alive.
Right. So, I mean,
I'm not joking. This is not a joke. I have a lot of footage. I'm like,
well, and
I don't think we should release this.
right. Well, I think a lot of times, like me, as long as I'm comfortable inside the house, a lot of people are like, you guys live in a crap neighborhood. What do you know? You're just broke and blah, blah. Yeah, but we're comfortable in here, this, and that. But the problem is, a lot of the Westerners and even European people or whatever, they come here and they're looking for value. They're looking for good infrastructure. They're looking for what they had at home. And then people should know that you need to open up your full mindset. I'll tell you, I've been here 5 years, and I'm going to tell you right now, mine's barely creaking open. I'd probably say my mindset has opened up 50% because there's days I'm still like, what the F is going on? And when George complains about Filipino situations, I'm like, damn, I thought it was just me. But you have to keep that mindset open because you're not going to get all of them. It's never going to match. But when you get here, it's like the bad smell and the humidity that hits you when you get off the plane. If you're gonna dick, oh, sorry, if you're gonna dip your wick, did I say dick first?
I don't know. Sure,
Then you don't care what the hell is going on. You're gonna find value all day. It's like, damn, I don't mind spending 700 pesos of beer. That's a good price. $13 for a beer. Then I'm good. I'm really good for that. And then you're like, well, that's what I paid in America. I'm like, damn, bitch, they charging you too much for that beer. But I'm sitting next to a pretty girl, so everybody will have their own value set when they get here. Is what's going to
I
happen.
said that. Yes, your own perception of value varies, and again, in the end, it's what's going to control you. However, be aware that I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'll be more I'll be more comfortable 100% because I know where these places are. I'll be more comfortable in a shady hotel where they sell illicit Uggs in that vicinity here than I am in Mexico.
Oh yeah, we already agreed. Although we like the price and everything, I sleep like a baby here.
No, see that's what
A
I'm
lot
saying.
of people, like my family, they're like,
There's
"Oh, well,
more.
you're
I
in
have
a
more peace of
dangerous
mind
area," and it's
here,
like,
especially with my wife here, right here.
it's kind of like you
No.
almost let me die yesterday. Thank you
No,
very
no.
much.
Honestly, I feel more safe here with Heidi than I am in Mexico. However, I'm not saying I don't. You guys have to remember there's pluses and minuses to everything. Mexico has its advantages. Philippines has its
I'd much rather
advantages
stand
too.
up to the CRTELLL than to stand up to a little gang member here. I don't care how many knives he's got on him. That's my point of view. I don't care how wicked they.
Well, in either way, realistically, again, unless you're married to a Mexican citizen there, it's kind of in the end, it's not a forever place. If that makes any
All
sense.
right, I want to move on before we get too far into being in other places. But this is about people staying here that are joining, about living long term in the Philippines or doing tourism, the value for the buck, people being all up in their feelings, why they stay here, why they leave, and everything else. And the next thing, besides the bang for the buck on the value, whether it's rentals, hotels, people fixing things up, to me, the mindset goes a long way. And the longer you're here, when you see how people run their stores and how their lives go and stuff, and you would think they're not trying. I do see Filipinos where they are. They clean all day, but it's limited. Like my house here, there are days I go back and forth and just clean, and you don't get nowhere. Just the infrastructure is just bad. But the next issue they talk about is the transportation, whether you're getting on a ferry, whether you're getting on a bus, whether you're in traffic accidents. That is a really bad problem here. It is. It doesn't seem to be anything cohesive. They're working on something from Clark, the airport, to SM Mall. Now they've got these new buses running and other things, and they plan to join the hotels and mall and everything in one. I haven't really gotten into that, but he's saying overall getting around could be just an absolute nightmare. I will agree. I have not traveled on a ferry. I won't attempt to do that for multiple reasons, and it can get to be expensive. Someone the other day said they spent, how much did I say, 3,000 for one motorbike and a person or something, and that was one way. By the time they were done as a couple, they paid 12,000 pesos.
Yeah.
I know your opinion is they should just stay there, but they shouldn't
No,
have to
no,
stay
no,
there
no,
because
no,
of a
no, no, no,
cost.
no, 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 no. That's not what I said. Okay.
Um,
I sighed because are you done? I mean, I'm just
well, I haven't gotten through the transport thing, but go ahead.
no. Finish the transport thing.
So, anyways, the mobility here often feels like a struggle, not freedom, which comes in second to the domestic flights. When they went from Manila to Siargao, it cost them 400. It just shouldn't cost that. It shouldn't be 20 those for
Only plenty.
right. So we got a delay in the. Sorry, guys, I just glitched the internet. So it shouldn't cost 20,000 pesos, even if it is Siargao. But the domestic
Okay, okay, okay.
flights can be expensive. So just travel in general just isn't. And then people are charging, they're hiking the extreme to the trikes. George could pay 200. I may pay 600 just to go up the street. It's just, there's a lot going on.
Okay. Yeah. Now here's the thing. Now, first off, just real quick again, I'm not discounting that there are certain prices in the Philippines that are in other people's standards are unreasonable. I get that. I'm not arguing with that. That's not an argument because remember, this is he says she says my opinion kind of deal. No, really, it doesn't matter what I say. Point is, to some of you, 3,000 pesos is affordable. To some of you, 3,000 pesos is nothing. In fact,
Yeah, 60 bucks to us, but if I had to do it all the time, that would start to add up even
then
for our
that's what I was
budget.
getting at. That's the point I was getting at. And this is why I'm like, okay, here's the thing. Whenever I hear this crap, I'm like, dude, think about this in any other country, including your own country. If you have to pay $60 to ferry your motorcycle across the pond somewhere, in anywhere in the world, I mean, pick a world, doesn't matter. You're not gonna pay $60 to move your motorcycle around. What's wrong?
What happened to your bush hat? I just realized you
I
don't have.
took it off
Oh,
because
sorry.
we don't have that counter light that I don't put up anymore. See here, look. See the difference? You don't. It's dark. No, that's why I took it off. But anyway, um, what I'm getting at is a lot of times these. Again, you are entitled to your opinion, and again, I'm not discounting it. However, my point is, if you have a problem paying $60 or even $100 ferrying your motorcycle around from one island to another, keyword island, then that's on you.
Okay, so if that's your opinion, you're telling your old people to go jump off a bridge. They shouldn't have to pay that. Period.
Hello. Unless you do it once in a blue moon. So what? If you're moving from one house to another, you're gonna complain about the moving
What if they
charge?
got to go somewhere? That
Babe, no,
some of them have to take that to go get dialysis.
If you have to move, okay, then guess what? Then that's obviously has nothing to do with the ferry, does it? That's because of your current life situation. Fact. I'm not being heartless here. I know you
60.
you
Okay.
brought it to the dialysis point. But what I'm saying is, even to that point, you have to remember you're the one who had a life change. Not everybody else in the world.
Life changes in their kidneys gave out on them, or
Yes. Yes, Heidi.
some people are born with bad kidneys. That
Heidi-
wasn't a lifestyle or choice.
You're right, but you're the one painting me in a bad light because you're putting an extreme situation in a very common situation. What I'm saying is, if that's the case, you should bring whoever's in dialysis into the city to where the dialysis center here. Fact. You know why? You know,
What
Nanay.
percentage of Filipinos don't make money?
Nanay.
Okay.
Nanay's not with us anymore. She was our neighbor for the longest time. You know why she was here? Because the dialysis center's right across the street.
Okay.
My point is, they didn't live nowhere near here.
People overcharge here, period. Whether it's the boats, whether it's all about corruption, overcharge, and screwing their own people. Okay. Bottom line.
Okay, Heidi, let's get deep into it. One of your sisters needs dialysis. And the closest dialysis center is literally the next state over. Should the state move the dialysis center to where your sisters live? No. They have to move to where the center is. Again, the world does not move towards where you're at.
Didn't say that either.
You're right,
but these Filipinos can't move to move either.
I know
you lived in America long enough, and your family has money. You got to consider the ones that
guys,
don't.
Can't you see what's going on? My point is, Heidi, I even said at the start of this argument, because it's an argument right now.
It's not an argument. You put it there.
I put it there because I said at the start of this argument, because it is an argument, whether you admit it or not.
No, it's not. It's
Heidi, you put the situation into an extreme situation. You know what extreme means? Dialysis is extreme because not everybody needs dialysis. It's an extreme situation. Heidi, you made the example, a simple example that I'm making into an extreme one. Point being, first off, I should have just said, you know what, that doesn't count.
Okay. But how about someone applying for American visa to go with their whatever? Guess what? They got to go at least 10 times for interviews and this and that. So they'd have to pay.
What's your argument? Guess what? Guys, if you guys have to travel 10 miles for your freaking visa, do it. If you don't, that's up to you. You don't have to. What do you mean?
Okay, you're being a little dramatic there.
I'm dramatic.
Yes, you are.
We travel.
This is about the country, and you don't think they do. Although Heidi, you see people spending money.
Your examples don't count. You think?
No, my opinions don't count.
No.
As long as I'm quiet, I'm okay.
This has nothing to do with opinion. Again, fact. Was I an immigrant in the U.S.? Yes or no?
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Do you think that I just sat there wherever I'm at and took care of my immigration? Yes or no? No, I had to travel. I had to sit there all day. Do you understand? And this is the entitlement that a lot of people have. What are you talking about? You think that I had somebody? I'm gonna give you. Here you go. Here's some
before
money.
I go off.
You run,
and you've had your time, and you know what I've had for the last couple days.
Because I'm
actually, I knew somehow you'd find a way.
I find a way. What? What's the argument here? Because I had to take care of my own immigration.
First off, nobody brought in argument but you over and over again. So I don't know where you're
Do you
going
know
with
what the
this because
definition
I
of an argument
missed
is? Go look it up. Go look
what
it
you're
up.
doing now.
I'll
You're
sit
the
right
one
here.
raising your voice. You're the one that's getting louder by
Yes,
the moment. I
because
haven't done
you're
nothing wrong.
interrupting me on a simple.
Nobody interrupted you.
Oh, right, because you threw in the dialysis thing. Heidi,
What's that got
these
to
are.
do? It's an example. So you're getting
It's
upset
an
and you can't
example.
hold yourself
It's
together.
a bad example. It has
You're-
nothing to do with a lot of expats.
Why are you raising your voice? Why?
Oh my God, just shush. Oh my gosh, I swear to God.
Then leave.
It's pointless.
Then
It's
leave.
pointless. This is pointless. I don't even
Pointless? I think
know. Yeah,
just
you're
looking
arguing with
for-
me for facts.
There's no facts. I'm not.
Oh, what are the facts? Oh, because I said that I'm an immigrant in the U.S. and I had to deal with my own immigration.
Did I say anything about
My
that? Not
sister
one.
didn't do it for me. My mom didn't do it for me. My dad didn't do it for me.
Okay, but where's
My
that
brother
coming
didn't
from?
do it for
What
me.
has that got to
You
do
didn't do it
with?
for me. My
Right.
ex-wife didn't do it for me. Her
What's that
her
got to do with
sister didn't do
anything?
it for
What
me.
did that have anything to do with anything
Point
right
being
now?
is you have to do it and then you have to travel to take care of it.
Correct.
Has nothing. Yeah.
I used another example. That's fine.
Yeah, and dialysis, same thing. I don't care who needs it. Okay, I'm not being disrespectful to the people who need dialysis. Point being, do you really think they're going to bring the dialysis system to
But
where
you're missing
at?
the whole point
Unless
that
you're a
travel
freaking
is
billionaire
expensive here. You're
and you
missing the
bring
whole
dialysis
thing.
system. No,
It was
you're missing the whole thing.
So what is the whole thing that the country
The
doesn't
whole
overcharge
thing
for everything?
is no. See, you never let me finish. You never let me finish. I even said, if you have to take your freaking motorcycle, I even said, do you have to move every day? No, you don't have to move every day. But and here's the thing, Heidi. I spoke with you before the live. These are expats complaining. Fact. These are expats complaining because the complaint itself doesn't make sense. I even said, guess what? If you're a tourist,
No, Filipinos are passive and they'll just lay down in the middle of the street, pay or let whatever happen. How about that?
No.
What do you mean these are just tourists complaining?
Because somebody who lives here is not going to do that. I even said this before the live. If I have to ride a freaking ferry every day and pay 3,000 pesos every day, I would rent a motorcycle. It's cheaper.
Well, you still
Because
gotta take
guess
the
what? There's
ferry.
rentals at the ports.
Okay.
And I've said this before the live. A Filipino would say, well, unless they think they're better than everybody else, that they have to have a freaking NMAX. Well, guess what? You can rent an NMAX, but guess what? You have to pay more. Point being is, Heidi, these are not normal situations. The dialysis is definitely out of not even close within the spectrum. Most of these people who are complaining are expats. What do you mean?
Uh-huh.
Point being, if you're a tourist or if you're an expat, if you can't afford it, then don't do it.
That's your answer? Let's be passive like the whole fucking country.
Passive
and
has
just
nothing
say,
to do with it.
let's not do anything.
Heidi,
If you don't like it and you don't like what it looks like, and just like most of them say, then don't come. That's the
Well,
bottom line. Don't like the
technically-
price. You don't like, yeah.
technically, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that goes anywhere in the world, doesn't it?
Yeah, thank you. Goes anywhere in the world. And guess what? Here's the thing. Realistically, the fact, I mean, you think, God, I mean, what I'm saying is, you're transporting a vehicle. You think it's cheap? Put it in perspective, guys.
And then how much is the
To
rental?
put it
And are
into
they only going to be
perspective,
gone for a day?
To ride a ferry averages from 55 to 150 pesos. A ferry.
We're done with this. So
Okay,
I'm not
well,
gonna
guess
go through
what?
the
You're the one who's
comments.
a.
no,
want-
I'm not arguing.
Yeah, but you threw in the dialysis victim for whatever.
Here you are, still stuck on that, and that'll be your thing for the rest of the day.
Because it
and thank
doesn't
you.
count.
I
It
can
doesn't
see how
make
this
any
is going to
sense. Why you would throw that wrench into the cogworks again?
because I'm trying to give an example of somebody that may need to go
It's
on
a
a daily
bad
basis.
example.
No,
Because
it's not. It doesn't fit your narrative to go through and whatever you were trying to get
Oh,
to.
right. Because I didn't give an example. Like,
No, I sat there in my mind said, hey, I'm going to mention something that'll just irritate George to death so he can
you
actually
probably
attack
did.
me
Because
during the
guess
live.
what?
No, the answer is no.
I gave you a
You've been
right
at me.
answer. What is the right answer? A Filipino would relocate. Even an American would relocate. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, Filipinos can just
Heidi,
randomly
it
up
doesn't
and
matter.
move.
Again, I gave you the example. I did not throw away your whatever that thing is, your argument. I said if your sisters need a dialysis and the closest dialysis center is the next state over, what's the solution? Of course they're gonna move to where the center is. What do you mean? There's no ifs and buts. They're not gonna.
Always. That's your people do not always move.
You're right. They're not always. But guess what? Are they gonna make the trip back and forth? That's up to them. But guess what? If they're gonna complain, that's an invalid point. Anybody with a logical mind, like, wait a minute. No, they should move over to where the center is at. Same thing. If they have to transport a vehicle over and over and over, then the problem is not the transport. The problem is you probably should move. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's logical. It's efficient. Has nothing to do with opinion.
It's efficient.
It's not my opinion.
Not your opinion. Raymond's talking about they've been shooting fireworks in his area for 2 weeks. I imagine. Hey, good morning, Black Grandpa. Shout out for the dynamic duo antics. Shout out to Brampton, Ontario. Tourism ain't down in Thailand. Don't try to bring everybody down. No, it's not. It actually lists them all in order. Yeah, I think you read that earlier. And then you have the other things. So that's just it. To me, everybody has a reason they're here. Long term, short term. A lot of them come here to do charity. A lot of them come here to use their wallet to pick up ladies. It's just facts. And they've had years and years to bring it back to its original glory in the 70s and 80s. And they've been struggling ever since. And I think with the internet and the new generation, it's really making it harder. So, and a lot of other things going on. Yeah, the one thing they have is the English here. I think a lot of the other countries, there's a big language barrier. That is for sure. Can't do that every time I wear that. It seems like it's putting a band on my head, like tighter band. Oh, there's Chosen One. They're here. They're everywhere. They've been running around. The other part of them are sleeping.
What?
Well, there's a limit to saying somebody's a cheap Charlie, too. There's still a limit for a 5,000 peso hotel or.
Hey, Joseph.
I love my Filipina, but the only reason I go back to the Philippines is I can't break up with her. Somebody pray. We will pray for you. I got you. Hey, Big Papa. Good morning. Or I called him Big Papa. Papa in the Philippines. There was a Big Papa. He was the one that was hung up with all that Andy crap, and he had these opinions. He hasn't been back in a long time, but there was a Big Papa. That's not you. That's somebody else. That's why I said Big Papa. We had him on our.
Yeah, I know both people.
Hey, Ronald. Good morning. Hello. Hope everybody has a great holiday. Hope you guys are doing good. Can you see him on there? He says
Who's
he's not
him?
showing up. Ronald Holland at 9:29. Scroll through there and find that for me. I see
Well,
it.
if you can see him, I'm pretty sure I can see
I'm
him.
seeing it here. It'll show up no matter what. I'll see it here no matter what, unless I block people on here, and I don't do that. That would be on the actual site, and I don't do that. So if he doesn't show up in there, I don't know why he wouldn't.
Oh,
Ronald.
I don't see him here. I don't think.
Right there it is.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
member, so I can see you.
Alright.
So I see you in there. I'm not sure why you're not seeing yourself. Go back out and go back in, but I can see you here through the actual live stream software, and George can see you. We can also see that you're a member, so I can stay. We can see you. Yeah, we can definitely see you. Fun fact: cigarettes in the Philippines cost $3. In Colombia, they cost $2. I'm a smoker. This means a lot to me. It will on certain things, and certain things can turn people away when they start realizing things. So I don't know if that's brand cigarettes. I haven't checked the cost of cigarettes here. I smoked a long time ago.
Well, Marlboros cost $3 here, just so you guys know. I mean, again, I don't smoke, but I only know only because. But no, $3 here, but I didn't know they cost $2 in Colombia.
Hey, good morning, George. Good morning, Thera. Good morning. Great beaches, never book island hopping at the resort itself. Yeah, I mean, that'd be in any country. Anytime you book from places. I think another major complaint is just the way people, when they go to the main tourist areas, Filipino or foreigners, is just the amount of like bombarding of either asking for money, asking for them to do all that, the tourism and the scam things that it's just a lot of things going on. Like when you go to Walking Street area and you're sitting there having lunch at some of the places, there's so many of the people that are there trying to sell you stuff and ask for stuff, and it gets a little crazy. And yeah, it just gets crazy. Yeah, Chosen One would know. He goes to a lot of countries. The Philippines is expensive for no reason. I've had that discussion years ago with expats in the Philippines. It is out of control. The major difference between the Philippines and other countries in the area is the country's leaders invest in their country, and the Philippine leaders just invest in their own bank. That pretty much is answering a lot. I was charged for Angelo said he was charged for a broken door last time. Cables sock broken out of my pocket. Even if I didn't break it, called the police. I still lose because I'm not Filipino. Yeah. So in other words, was it an Airbnb or a hotel? Yeah, you got. That's why every time we would go to a place or an Airbnb, we started to do footage. We were already recording because of the channel, but it's always a possibility. They could say you damaged the room, especially if it's a smaller establishment, not one that's got corporation like ABC Hotel. They've got a bunch of divisions and they've got like a whole bunch of things under, I think it's under a corporation or something. So bigger places like that are less apt to, but people don't know which ones are owned by what and what. But yeah, some of the smaller ones. Yeah, Angela says takes pictures. I was at Hidden Resort run by a grandmother and her kids. It was a bad hose in the shower. I purchased the hose and repaired it myself. One of the best resorts. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, we don't expect good infrastructure. Westerners don't even talk about it until they come to the Philippines. They are in a state of shock. Yeah. If the Airbnb put up a picture of what the place looks like now, you would not want to. No, that is true. I think a lot of the photos are long, long, really old. Hey, good morning. Lucca is in the house. I'm lucky my wife's family is very wealthy and we never take public transportation. We even have access to a private plane. Well, that's nice. That would be up there then. I mean, how many people have a plane in the Philippines? That's pretty cool. Need fur babies to come rescue before mom and dad start fighting. Eggnog and popcorn time. Yeah, they got a lot of lights in BGC. Almost Black Grandpa. But the next 48 to 72 hours probably going to be pretty helter skelter. To drive 10 hours to get my paperwork. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, eggnog would be pretty wicked right now. There's so much sugar and milk and cream, and that's just diarrhea waiting to happen. Yeah, and then if you add the alcohol, then it's even more. Um, well, we'll start doing some cooking today, but basically we're doing like a lemon, honey, garlic. We're just going to be putting a bunch of pork chops and we're going to be cooking them like until they pretty much fall apart. So, rice and some pasta and different things. We got actually you got that candy from Davao. We received a bunch of. Why don't you try some of that candy? You want some of the candy?
Yeah.
Okay. I have lived off and on in the Philippines for almost 10 years. Never took a ferry. Ain't nobody got time for that, right? Been using Grab for years. Will never take a taxi. Yeah, always get a higher price. Yeah, jeepneys are fun if you can get in the front seat. Yeah.
The only time you'll need a ferry, reality is, and that's how I've been getting at. If you landed in Cebu and you want to go to the other islands, if you landed in Mindanao, the only time you'll need, if you landed in Mindanao, the only time you'll need a ferry if you're gonna go to Palawan, the end. Or if you landed in Mindanao, or you want to go to Cebu, which Doesn't make sense to me, but I guess you could. Yeah, and then yeah. Or if you want to go to Siargao, but that's a very short ferry ride. Point being is Siargao is overrated. Don't believe me? Go there. Fine, do whatever you want. Boracay is overrated. Don't believe me? Fine, go there. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Again, I've always said this. You guys don't have to listen to us. There's plenty of beaches. There's plenty of places to go. Boracay and Siargao are, as they say in the West, over commercialized. That would be a lot like the white sand beaches in the US, that kind of deal. So anyway, but if you're in Luzon, you probably won't need to ride a ferry unless you're going to somewhere personal, if that makes any sense. Anyway,
A train ride in New York is $3 cost. Going over the bridge is 10. Wow. Yeah. Just think about that. Yeah. And I don't know if that's both ways. Probably isn't. I don't remember that it is. Travel to the Philippines at your own risk. Most Filipinos have gotten used to the bare minimum. That's Our country is beautiful, but the infrastructure sucks. There are other Asian countries worth visiting. Yeah, it's not weird. Yeah, about getting the environmental fees. We talked about all the fee attachments other countries charge them too.
now going back since Heidi brought it up, and again, not going deep into it, but if you're gonna go to Siargao or Boracay, this is this is how bad it is. It's cheaper to go somewhere else, aka out of the country, than going to Boracay or Siargao. Fact. It's cheaper to go. Well, I wouldn't say Japan. Japan is just insanely expensive again, but you can go to Hong Kong, Singapore, stuff like that. It's Malaysia, Indonesia. It's a lot cheaper, or even China. Um, but what I'm saying is Boracay and Siargao, they are up there, and I don't think it should be that I agree on. However, you know,
Hmm. Chippy, I can see you. And no, we just don't randomly block people because they want to argue with us about politics or calling us out that we don't do this or do that. It's the other stuff that we block people for. And or when they try to fully take control of an entire live stream just to argue with us and do it tons and tons of times, that's not you. I can clearly see you in there. You're in there. So I can see you. I just checked the phone. You're in here. I can see here also, but that doesn't tell me. But you're here. So I don't know why you're asking. Did you just say that to tell people we blocked you? And I mean, I don't get it because it took us. Your comment came in at 10:02. It's 10:14. Why do you think you're blocked? If you said something, we do have keywords that will hold those, and YouTube hold them. So maybe you made prior comments that got held. That's not our problem. So I'm not sure what that is, but because people call us out. No, when people fully dox us, they get blocked. When a person comes on and advertises their YouTube and specifically is about it, then we block those people that announce their live streams and videos. There's no reason for it. We're not an advertisement channel for other YouTube channels. There is a million and one of them out there. You're not coming on our 50 or 60 people live stream that is personal to us and coming in and advertising. And if you come in and attack people, that would be the other reason. But coming in and trying to call us out or get us stirred up is not our problem. You're clearly in here. So I'm not sure why you said that. Or is that just to start something? And we're not going to waste our time sitting there arguing with you either. We've been known to go back and forth with you, but that's the end of that one. And what would they say? This isn't a democracy. Whoever the fuck we want to block on here, we will. We don't make that kind of money. We don't whatever. And someone the other day had said, "Oh, well, we watch you, but now that you mentioned something about blah 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 in politics, we'll never watch again." I was like, "Then don't fucking watch." Was my response to them in an email. It's like, who cares? Most of them just come in part time just to argue with us, and then want to tell us, "Don't mention this and don't do that." And you said this about the Philippines, and you did this, and I'm like, bye. So then we have a right to do it whenever, and those that have know why. I'm happy if they leave reduced prices. A Geo in Thailand. That's kind of odd. I just realized that's a mark off of what Geo name is. Is it Geo in Asia?
I don't think that's Geo.
No, it's not Geo, but his channel isn't called Thailand. It's just where. Like it says, why do you think Filipinos can afford travel would rather go to other neighboring Asian countries? Yeah, than domestic. Yeah, because it's expensive in their own country. Yeah, Thailand and Vietnam or Japan. Yeah, and it's doing something different. No, of course that would be a good price. Yeah, $10 plus here in Cali. Yeah, of course. That's just it. The foreigners that are coming here don't mind. But once you're here living here long term and you see other people struggling and then you see somebody charge 600 pesos for two cinnamon rolls, that's when I start to get disturbed. I'm like, hell no. You are not worth that kind of money, and some people are getting out of control. And weirdly, there's tons of competition. Just go to the next one. So that's what we do. We're just like, yeah, there's no way. So you have options, there's ways around it, and then you work the system and work around it and figure things out. You start to realize those that are charging 50,000 for rent in a so-so subdivision, it's like, why? You can pocket the other 40,000 and live somewhere else. It just, some things just don't make any sense, because you're still going to get blackouts or brownouts or whatever. Like fully, you could miss in half a day worth of electricity, even in an expensive house. So you just start learning everything, and you just fit yourself into what's going on. Ronald said, "It's fine. I had to switch channels. It took me to the live stream." Oh, okay. So what it is we have the second channel. So he was in the other one, and that's why. But your comment did show up here. We can still see all comments from both channels at the same time. So I see what you're saying. No, we have the second channel. We have to keep that channel alive. So we run live streams through that other channel too. Because if not, if there's no watch hours on it, then it deactivates. So we were doing a lot more things. We were putting a lot more of the personal videos, and then we just decided just keep going back and forth. So that's why. So I see what you're saying. Good morning, Victoria. Have a wonderful Christmas to you all. Stay safe. Take care. I'm very busy right now getting ready to tackle a drive. Merry Christmas, Victoria. See you later.
Merry Christmas, Victoria.
There are some beautiful beaches here in Puerto Galera. Don't mind environmental fees for those. Yes, I do agree. It's crazy when you see the trash and plastic. Well, my curiousness is I've never been to any of the Asian countries. Do they actually clean those areas? That's what I'm curious about, because I hear people say when they go to these other places that it is another infrastructure situation going on. I go back to the States once a year and I pay 3 times. I recruited kids in the area to help clean it and give them some treats and some pesos. As if Black Grandpa lies, you live with Uber drivers and Door Dashers in Brampton. Okay, gotcha. Oh, are you saying something about when he talked about the helicopters? Or not the helicopter, but the airplane. Ah, it's much cheaper for me living here in the States. I go home once a year. Is that because the house is paid for, or I mean, I can't even imagine paying cell phone service or paying for anything that wouldn't be cheaper than a lot of cost. Whatever that means, Geo, please sugar your live stream. Yeah, fuck no. I'm gonna let you know that right now. I've been planning a be nice the entire live stream thing, and that probably is not gonna happen. The live streams are about as live, unscripted, and did not even see what was coming today. So can't do it because there's no amount of money just to sit here and smile the whole time, and it's just not going to happen. Never. We tried for a little bit. It was like we just stayed on the topic and covered medical and then just said everything and went through it, and no way. And just kept it like this. Don't get paid any more, any less, doesn't change anything, and we're not going to appease a few people. Just sit around and smile. You're either going to watch or you don't. That's where I'm at. Got my scooter electric 10-kilometer to go to the Mall of Asia and prank a city and back. Oh, you just do the electric scooter? Hey, what's going on? Alexander is in the house. Been to Boracay twice. Will bring my partner someday. I think it is. Yeah, he said Japan is not so expensive now. It is. It's one of the more expensive countries besides Singapore. I would disagree. My wife is Pinoy, but there is nowhere in the Philippines that on my bucket list. Me, all Pinoys are the same regardless of where all in the Philippines they're from. Chose one black grandpa. Stop capping. You have no private plane. I don't know. There are some rich Filipinos here. Nothing would surprise me. I never count anything out. Never, because there are some balling Filipinos. That's who's at all these resorts and casinos. And we just seen where there's a hotel here that's a so-so hotel. They're charging 45 for Christmas uh, brunch, or it's not even a buffet. It's literally a plate of food. I'm not paying $45 for a plate of food at any place in the Philippines right now. I just can't see it. How about that dining resort one in Manila? How much was that per seating?
Yeah, but that is a buffet though.
No, it's the one where they bring the 12-course meal. And I get it's a large whatever, but wasn't that something astronomical, 300 US dollars each?
It is, but it's fine dining.
So
What I'm saying is
I mean, yeah,
that is
there's
fine dining. There's
and
fine dining and
it's
there's
mostly all Filipinos that go to
no, they're
that.
mostly Filipinos, yeah.
And they stay at the hotel that it's in. So in the end, we said that a weekend there would cost paying for us both would be six plus the hotel and another three. It's 900 to 1,000. It's 50,000 pesos for one night, and for both of us to have fine dining. And I just can't see it under any circumstance. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, maybe if you would add in that it was in Paris, maybe, and you could see the Eiffel Tower and other scenery, maybe something like that where you knew it was in a specific location might change it for you and it was a once in a lifetime, but I can't see just going over to Manila and doing it.
Well, fine dining is only good. It's only good to experience it once. Other than that, it's just food in the end.
Can't see it. Hey, Thad. Good morning. Yeah, when they Geo on the go, but yeah, that's not you. I tell you right now, Geo would not make another account to come in. So After the pandemic, more Filipinos who can afford would travel out of the country more often now than the pre-pandemic. We want to visit countries that have all the conveniences of our country's been lacking. Well, here's the thing. I am really shocked and surprised how bad it was during the pandemic, how many businesses closed down, how many restaurants were lost, what happened to people's incomes. And here they are back at full spending power. I mean, they were 6 months after everything reopened. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, where did each one of these families come up with the money to totally rebuild? They must have borrowed, and I just can't imagine. This country just rebuilt, and a bunch of people came through and built, and I'm like, where? This is the biggest shock for me is where did all the money come from? Where? And the amount of spending and who fills these expensive places, but it's just like it was a miracle, but yet there's no miracle of the entire picture changing as a whole. So there you go. He told Chippy, yeah, my house is paid and it's valued over 1 million, and you're living in your mom's basement. Yeah, so that's what I think happened with Chippy is he just used to come in and everything people said he would just come in and that's okay. You're okay. He's just challenging everybody from his mother's basement. Merry Christmas to you all and to all a good night. Peace out. We don't shadow. There's no way to shadow ban. I just wanted to say it's very entertaining. I get it. And we get your just, thank you for being there. Oddly enough, I'll be living in my parents' basement. My sister will have the house. The boys will be in the basement. It's in the will. My parents are protecting the daughters. There you go.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Hong Kong is expensive. No, Japan is Hong Kong. Singapore is really out there. I think it is the most expensive, is it not, right now? I mean, it was something ridiculous, like $9 or $10 for a small block of cheese or something. It was like you were paying export prices on everything. Is it Singapore that's more expensive than Japan, or
I don't know which one's more expensive, to be honest with you. Yeah, but those three, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Japan, yeah. I don't know what the ranking is.
Mall of Asia, really good breakfast? Yeah. George, check your key pal. What's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Merry Christmas. Oh, that might be PayPal, babe.
Yeah, now find
Oh, it wouldn't let me put in PayPal. Thank you guys for all your support. I must mention we've had a lot of people contribute during this month for the holiday, and it does mean a lot. It really does. It just goes right back into the channel and for the pets and for coffee supplies and George's
yeah, and like I said,
peanut supplies.
like Sultan says, fine dining. No, thank you. I would say at least experience fine dining once in your life. I mean, I've experienced it a few times only because, but point being, in the end, is it worth it? Not really. It's really not. I mean,
Right.
for example, eggs Benedict. Last time I had eggs Benedict, 5-star eggs Benedict. Okay, a regular eggs Benedict cost like back then. Okay, I'm talking about back then. They cost like what, $16 for literally like this very small portion, whatever. Now I paid $200 for my eggs Benedict, fine dining, whatever. Is is it the best eggs Benedict I ever had? Yeah, it is. I agree. Is it worth 200? No, I would say it's probably worth 100, but not worth 200. What I'm saying is, it's always overinflated as far as price goes. I
Kind of like the
mean,
balance of the Philippines. You
right.
have to find that right balance, like that Maple Biscuit Baking
Correct.
Company
Like,
in
okay,
Orlando.
that's a great example. That's
I
not
think
fine
the bill
dining.
was at 80
Not
bucks,
even
but
close to fine dining.
you know.
However, I would
we could have
pay
went to
for that
KFC and got some
100
chicken
fold.
biscuits and threw some honey on there, but
Right.
and paid 20 bucks, but it was
Correct.
worth having the breakfast there and paying the 80. You're
Right.
always going to
That's what I'm
find a
saying. It's
balance.
kind of like Salt Bay, you
But
know.
you can't get me.
It's fine dining is
yeah,
fine
forget
dining.
Salt Bay. It wouldn't have been worth
You're
it.
just paying for the luxury, but you're really not paying for the food.
I love the Thai buffet. Hey, Sultan, what's going on? I got out 40 years too soon. I won't be getting the. Yeah, but here's the thing. Let me mention that 1776 check he gave out. I don't know if they arrived for people. They said that was pre-approved in several articles I read. Again, reading several articles. I'm not a political professional, but they said that was going to go. That was all because they would need Congress just to give out random checks, and there was no Congress thing run for that. So those were housing dividends that were to be given out. He just renamed them. So it is very. It's nice that they got something though. 100%. That I thought was actually cool. Hey, good morning, Kay
Thank you so much,
Dallas.
K Dallas. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kay Dallas, so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it so much. Christmas Eve in the Philippines, and
Yeah,
George almost
Sultan.
got thrown out.
I paid 200 for just my share
You can see that
of that
happening.
eggs Benedict. $200 for an eggs Benedict. Again, is it the best eggs Benedict? Yes. Is it worth it? No.
Where was it? Well, it cost a lot in that first hotel in Mexico. We got the fried cheese and everything.
Well, that's Potosi. Again,
No, it was the very first city that we went in. We didn't hit Potosi. The very first one, the hotel that we had to call them, and they called it the Penthouse. We got the big one, and they did the grilled
You got it
cheese.
backwards. You got it backwards. That's in the heart of Puebla.
Yeah, that was the hotel. We
That's
had the
the
fried
second
cheese.
one.
Oh, was it? Okay, I
The
thought that was the
second one.
first. Okay,
Potosi's the
excuse me,
first
5 years
one.
ago in brain damage.
No.
It's a little hard to
I'm just
remember.
reminding you. The first one that we hit was Potosi, and then we hit Puebla, which is right next door to Chignawapan. But that's the one where we got the grilled cheese. Yes,
I could have sworn we left.
babe, it's right by that statue that looks like they're wanking off. That's the heart of Puebla. That's the center of Puebla.
Well, then I guess I'll check later because it was in order. But I'm pretty sure we hit the
Babe,
statue, and that was our first night.
no,
We
it's
stopped
impossible.
after
Puebla,
driving in.
that's the statue of Puebla. That's a landmark.
Right, but Potosi was the second one because we had been traveling forever. We got stopped by the police,
That's
and that was
in
the newer
front
one.
of right.
It's been a while. So, Merry Christmas. Gangsta in the house. Awesome. Thank you, Kay Dallas. Kay Dallas is a long term supporter. 80 million Canadian dollars. That's 65 million US. You blame me of doing wrong, but I never did anything wrong. What do you mean we blamed you? Using the name Geo in Thailand.
We never said you did anything
It's a
wrong.
lot like Geo's channel name.
All we said
so
was
you have the right
it's-
to create that.
It's not you. You're not the one that we're accustomed to. We never said you did anything wrong.
Right. And he just said that you're not Geo. So when we see a name so close to another popular vlogger, but no, you could just be another channel, a different name. And we've never blamed OMG 200. No, some foods are really expensive. No, Chippy, that's not what we do. You specifically, we've been gearing this towards Chippy the whole time, not you. Chippy likes to come in and argue with people and call people out. No. Hey, Adam Mark. Good morning. I'm going to go to Vikings for my birthday. Goodness, it was extremely packed. Oh, wow. Wanted to and could not get in any location last week. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. So Ronald just saying through the PayPal. Yes, they take less of a percentage out when people do it through PayPal. And it's more instant because when we get the stickers, it usually it's an every 30-day situation. So are you checking to see what?
No, I already found it, but I'm trying to figure out how to show it on the map for you.
Okay. Well,
But either way, it's Puebla
that's fine.
City. It's the heart of Mexico.
Yeah, I just thought that was the first one we hit.
No. That's we're already there. The reason why
Because
is
I picture the breakfast and leaving and
yeah,
stuff.
but that's where I went outside, and they told me at the 7-Eleven, don't go past the 7-Eleven, please. I went outside
Yeah, that
the
was Puebla.
right. What I'm saying is the other place. There's nothing. There's the main street and the Volkswagen manufacturing center, the manufacturing plant across the street from the hotel.
Yeah, if our regulars contact us, we don't mind giving out we just don't put a link in for Gcash. So I'll check to see if there is one or put a code up or something. So we haven't set that up.
What's that? Yeah, 80 million.
Yeah, I don't know what they were talking about when it came to the prices. I
No,
don't know
no,
where
Thora.
I
No,
must have missed that.
that's my point. $200 for eggs Benedict. It's insane. Again, that's fine dining. Again, I'm not. But what I'm saying is, again, is fine dining worth it? Again, I say experience it once in your lifetime so you can experience it. But more than that, I don't recommend it because one, in the end, is it better food? Yes. Is it worth it? No.
Yeah. So
What's with the prices? Where are the $58 million?
yeah, I don't know.
Hmm,
I
okay.
don't know what that is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you guys were talking about in there with that. So yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I
So
can't
okay.
say that.
Sultan says $200 for 2 eggs English. Okay. Canadian bacon,
Yeah, that's what you're.
must Spanish spinach top, and Hyundai sauce 200. That's about right. Okay. See, here's the thing.
Wow.
That's all it
That,
was. It was the eggs Benedict with Hyundai
right,
sauce.
but that's
The
not.
end. But what I'm saying is, I mean, I get
That's
it.
not average. That would be at an expensive restaurant.
Oh no! I said, like I said, no. Again, like I
I mean,
said,
you go into an average restaurant in Florida, you're talking about $14 or
oh, that
something, or
was in
16.
Florida. But no, it's not an average
Well, you get
restaurant.
my point. Okay.
But point being, again, like I said, do it once.
And it's probably definitely not that
Just
anymore.
do it once. Oh yeah, no, that was like Jesus Christ. That was in the 2000. I would say because I had the HTC One, the smartphone. So I think that's probably about 2003, maybe 2010 at the latest. HTC One is one HTC's first smartphone. What I'm saying is, it's one of the early smartphones. Although I did have an earlier smartphone than that, but nobody knew what smartphones were. So anyway, um, English muffins, right? Right? It didn't even come with the English muffins, bro. Um, that says I have no cash account with Google. Ninja will hack you.
Oh, well.
Yes, put a link in your Gcash ID. G Really? Geo in Thailand says Geo's not even in Thailand anymore. He's in Africa now. He is.
No, he went to Africa.
Yeah.
Told him to protect his organs.
What? He goes to that hostel that I know.
You better protect your organs.
Yeah. Pack some ice. Just saying.
Right.
I'm joking. I honestly don't know. I mean, I've heard rumors, but I heard the rumors are wrong. But whatever. Um, what's the thing? If you're in a foreign country, beware and be careful of people that are too friendly to guide you around town. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I get there's friendly people everywhere, but sometimes you have to ask people's motives. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, if people are, it's one thing if strangers that in a city you've never been to, it's one thing if they just, guide you to the right direction. It's another if they're willing to drive you around. What I'm saying is, stuff isn't free, if that makes any sense. They have an ulterior motive. I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, I'm the kind of guy who would take you to go get gas and not ask for anything in return, that kind of deal. But and I get it, I understand completely when people say no, thank you, because I understand that there's dangerous people out there. But point being is, just be careful out there, guys. You don't know who you can trust. You know? Like one of those people that at gas stations they ask for gas. I always say, "Come on, hop in. I'll take you to the gas station. I can see your gas tank." And they always say no. And I'm like, "Yep, that's what I thought. I knew you're faking." Because somebody desperate with gas, if you offer them, take them to the right to the next gas station, they'll probably say yes, even if they don't want to. You
Do
know.
they actually create a link versus a QR code for Gcash? Because I only see the QR code.
No, they. Oh, a link? You're
Mhm.
right. I don't think so. No, you can probably create one, but I haven't looked it up. But the app itself generates a QR code. Yes, it's what it generates.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
you guys ain't right. Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat what you said. Sultan says $200 in 2003. If you go back at the same fine dining restaurant, that's $400 now. Joke long George. Well, no, I believe it. I'm not doubting it. I'm not doubting it. Again, that was in 2003, 2010 at the latest. But yeah, no, I don't doubt it. Yeah, I don't doubt it. And honestly, I won't do that ever again because again, you only how many times have I experienced fine dining? I would say probably twice, maybe three times. Three times, as in I didn't pay for it. The third time mean. But what I'm saying, did I pay for it out of my pocket twice at least? But point being, and I was in my younger years, like you want to show off kind of deal, you know. I mean, I feel bad honestly because I took Heidi out and I didn't take her out for fine dining. I mean, but that was already I already got that out of my system, so to speak. For example, like I did take Heidi out for sushi. It's called a dragon sushi, and I've had that dragon sushi before, and but not the same restaurant. And the the difference between the two is well, we're so live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the difference between the two is aesthetics. What I'm saying is, when I took Heidi out for the dragon sushi, it tasted exactly the same. The taste did not change whatsoever. But visually, the expensive version looked like a freaking dragon, and the cheaper version, it looked kind of like a dragon. But what I'm saying is, are you really paying for looks for food in the end? Not really, because in the end, you just eat it and it's gone forever. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the eggs
Mhm.
Benedict, that kind of deal. It's like in the end, like it's gone forever. You know.
Yeah, I don't think it did it. So that's
Joseph says the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
okay.
Chosen says the darker the flesh, the deeper the roots. Okay, you guys are getting dark now, literally. Um, no, Sultan. A drag. It's really not that great. Heidi had it. Um,
What's that?
a dragon sushi is just a salmon. I believe it's salmon. It's salmon sushi shaped out of a dragon and it looks good. It tastes good. Remember I took you
Yeah,
to
we had that
sushi?
was one of our
Yeah.
first few
Yeah.
dates.
That's what I mean. I mean it's good, but what I'm saying is if I paid $200 for that, is it worth it? Oh hell no. But guess what? It tastes the same. That kind of deal. It's like me and Heidi were watching Classic Concentration. You know that old game show with Alex Trebek, Classic Concentration. They were talking about the trip to Paris or a brand new car, and I said I'd go for the brand new car because that trip to Paris, that's just memories. That car will take you to memories and make memories. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between the two. It's like in the end, you have to figure out in the long run what's best for you. You know. That's another thing about, again, and it's somewhat in the same topic here in the Philippines. Like, um, it's like I get it. You can go to Boracay or you can go some unnamed beach. I mean, sure, you can brag to your friends, "Oh, I went to Boracay," but guess what? Your experiences are gonna be the same. For example, like when me and Heidi went to ASEAN, ASEA, ACEA. I know I said ASEAN by accident. ACEA. That's a resort in Olongapo. Olongapo is, in Zamboanga. And now Zambales, sorry. I made a mistake. Zambales. They both start with Z. It was in Zambales. And me and Heidi went to Zambales to Olongapo. It was my sister's treat. She treated me and Heidi to go to that resort. And what I'm saying is that's a great experience, especially if you have family. The reason being, it's a private beach. Keyword, private beach. You know what I'm saying? It has its own cove. Nobody's gonna ski across you or stuff like that, or anything like that. It's secluded, it's safe. The people there, everybody in that beach they're all go to that same resort. That kind of deal. They have lifeguards everywhere. That kind of deal. So what I'm saying is, and then within walking distance, you're near a pool, you're near a bar, or a restaurant, literally both, of course, near a theater. So what I'm saying is, you can walk. Nobody's gonna, like. Well, I mean, are there pickpockets there? Highly unlikely, because they'll stick out like a sore thumb because they won't be part of the crowd. That kind of deal. So what I'm saying is that would be a better value than going to Boracay or Siargao. If that makes any sense. And I get it, it's not something some of you probably never heard of. What's a SIA? I never heard of that. But in the end, it's a better value. It's safer for your family, your friends, your kids, that kind of deal, your spouse, you know. But the memories are still real, and these memories are still what you'll take to your grave, kind of deal. You think you were gonna take to your grave like, oh, I went to Boracay. No, not really. You're just gonna remember the good times you had with your loved one at the beach. You know. Sora says, "I'll just make my own eggs Benedict." Right? True story. Exactly. Um, Gio says, "Please stop de-influencing me about the Philippines." No, I mean, we're not de-influencing you. We're just telling you the truth, and that's the thing. Gio in Thailand, and this is what our channel is about. It's we just tell you how it is. I mean, whether you agree with us or not, whether
And
you
there's been
right,
50,000 after the fact that has come in and said that's what they're doing.
right,
And that's
whether
fine.
yeah, whether you agree with Heidi or
I'd be doing the
disagree
same
with her,
thing in
or agree
America.
with me or
And
disagree with me. Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you how it is.
we started out by basically doing stuff about us when we were in the US. It was for our own journey, and it still is, and we're not going to change that. So if I was bitching in Mexico, I was bitching in Mexico. If I'm bitching here or bitching back in America, we just never changed. And we retired 5 years ago, and it just carried over and stuff. So
Now, Sultan says, speaking of dragon, I saw a video of a bunch of Filipinos dragging a monster alligator. To be technical, I'm not sure what article you read. I mean, I'm saying again, I don't know what article you read. Technically, it's called Asian crocodile. Not quite the same species. Whether or not they got that wrong, I don't know. But in all probability, it's an Asian crocodile. The Asian crocodile is the biggest crocodiles of its kind. It's common here in the Philippines. I mean, a lot of people don't believe me when I say we have the biggest rats. I'm not joking. They're called giant rats. It's a real thing. They're called giant rats. I'm not making that up. We have the biggest bats. Again, they're called fox bats. I'm not making that up either. They're the biggest bats. We have the biggest crocodiles. I know a lot of people in the U.S. don't believe me when I said we had the biggest crocs because they're crocodiles, not alligators. They're crocodiles, and they don't believe me. But again, they're real. Biggest crocodiles. They're called Asian crocodile, and we have the biggest centipedes. Again, they're called Asian centipedes. Actually, giant Asian centipedes. So they grow up to foot long. Yes, I'm not exaggerating. 1 foot long centipedes. They're like that thick, that long. Fact. So yeah, no, they're real. They're real. However, um, centipedes. Centipedes are fairly common. So sorry about your luck. Can't help you with that one. Crocodiles are extremely rare, even here, but and then you have to go out of your way to find them. So what I'm saying is, if you're in a city, odds are you won't see them. Um, Giant rats, unfortunately, those are common. So sorry about your luck, but for the most part, they avoid you. You know what I mean? But no, they exist. The bats, well, the bats are further south in the Philippines, and odds are you guys aren't fruits, so they're not gonna mess with you. You let's see. Hollandaise sauce is the only challenge you would encounter when making eggs Benedict. That's what Sultan says. Um, how? Oh, okay. Luck is asking about Heidi. How are you feeling right now? What are your plans Christmas Eve? George Kumustaka. Will you be having Noche Buena with Heidi or your family? Oh no, I'll be having. I'm spending time with Heidi.
Hmm. I'm gonna be out there with the dog today.
Oh, I live with the dog. Period. So that's not even a
Right.
question.
Been doing okay. I had a bad few days. We were going to do live anyways on Monday, so just medication switch, and so a lot of things happened. Ended up on a breathing machine a little bit. Oxygen dropped severely, and but it just that was about it. Felt like a bad flu. It literally
No, she
felt
was
like
in
COVID for
bad
three
shape. She
days.
was in
I
bad
couldn't
shape.
even hold myself up to make even
She was in
toast.
bad shape. I
So
was really worried there for a while.
yeah.
I mean, she even had me crying there for a while. I'm not even joking.
No,
Not
so
exaggerating.
another
Yeah.
one of those. Just new medication was added, and it kicked my butt, and the medicine won. So, and yeah, it's really bad. But nope. So recovered, and just looking forward to just doing some cooking and just hanging
Mhm.
out. So do a live tomorrow, and we'll do our basics. So I like literally just recovered because we were going to do one Monday night, couldn't get through there, basically in bed, and then I sat up for a little bit and then slept through the night and then got up and like, yeah, I think we can do the live. So that's it. Just switch of medicine put me down for a while.
Yeah.
So
Oh, guys, I learned a new trick. Actually, I learned it yesterday. And it could be very. It's a very important trick to learn. Okay. Now, I'm gonna ask Heidi this. I don't know if she knows the answer to this one. Is, babe, do you know how to turn a sofa into a bed just like that? Magic trick.
George, right now I have no idea, nor do I know why. I'm not whatever. I don't have any answer to it, and why you're asking the question.
All right.
I've been busy trying to figure the QR code thing out because it won't let me add a QR for what's it called without a link. They only want to give me the photo. I know a long time ago you could. And then they say there's a refer a friend. There is no refer a friend to give a link. So we only printed it. There's no way I don't see a way. So my mind is stuck somewhere
No, it's
else
a
right
QR
now.
code. It's the one that we usually post in the
Right,
corner.
but there's usually right.
But
But
you're
there's
talking about
not
a
one
link.
for
I got you.
Gcash. They're not giving one
Oh,
out.
Gcash.
Yeah, that's where we've been. There is no link.
No, not a link. No, just a
No,
QR code. Yeah.
according to them, there's one through something else, but it's not in the app at all.
Yeah.
So sorry, you're asking something.
Yeah. Now for the guys, this is for the guys.
So
Now
I'm
for you guys to figure out how to turn your sofa into bed just like that, all you guys have to do is tell your spouse calm down. And just like that, your couch will turn into a bed.
Okay, this live is over. Like officially, it's over
What?
because. Sorry. That's how it's going to turn into one. So.
What do you
No,
mean? It's a joke. I mean, geez.
Have no idea. It's. It was live monster alligator. All right, I'm fried. So unless you got something else, we're gonna wrap this up and save it for tomorrow. All right, guys, we are just gonna wrap it up. So appreciate you guys dropping in. My energy levels are totally gone. So it's time for your nap time too. Here comes the kitten nap time.
Aw,
Hey, little kitten.
here is Panda. Panda time.
Sarah. That's our panda, Sarah. 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 Yeah. You were sucking up earlier today, weren't you?
She's a sweetheart. She really is. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, sucking up. All right, guys. So we will say our goodbyes for Christmas Eve and pull ourselves together and be back to open up where George will be opening up his stuff. Yeah, you can get your socks and your perfume tomorrow. And your other surprises. So,
Aw. She wants to join.
Oh, Mary
Mary
without
wants
her
to join.
haircut.
She was like doing her thing. She was like scratching at me. She's like, "What about me? What about me?"
I know she's got her full fur on. She doesn't have her puppy look anymore. You
Right?
can't even see her eyes because she didn't get a haircut a few weeks ago.
Rough. Rough.
Right?
Mhm.
Well, she's.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you guys so much.
All right,
Appreciate you for being
guys.
here.
We will see you guys later.
Hasta mañanas.